Yo, what's going on, y'all? It's Combo Breaker 99 back on the fight front once again. Back with my post-fight thoughts on Raquel Pennington versus Irene Aldana. Now, I'm not going to lie, man. I was going in this fight picking Irene Aldana. I thought that she probably won a dominating fight, but damn was I wrong. I really felt like she had that drive right now. She's on a 3-fight winning streak. And looking at Rocky, I felt like Rocky was kind of on her way out. Just looking at her fast few performances, and just seeming a little injury prone herself. The knees, the legs, not looking that fresh. But her experience really came in hand in this fight, man. Her experience and confidence. Once you're confident in your experience, the way she was, you'll be able to make adjustments and pull out a win, which she was able to do against a very tough, strong Irene, man. Because first round, Irene, she started off with a lot of movement where I felt like she was probably going to use her range and maybe kind of counter Rocky and let Rocky in. And, she would set the traps, but she was doing a lot of side-to-side movement, trying to find a way in, while Rocky was more patient with her striking. And I know a lot of people might see the punches and bunches as a way to win a round, but I felt like Rocky was picking her shots, being a lot more economical, and just being a smarter fighter, which is good, especially for a fighter that's been injured and getting a little bit older in the game. She was finding a nice home for her right hand, early on. Irene, Rocky, again, like I said, she was being more patient, picking her shots, timing Irene. Every time Irene would kind of dart in, she would kind of time those bursts in, fire off little leg kicks to the bottom, just kind of switching it up, going up top, going to the bottom with single shots, whereas Irene was kind of throwing in bunches. But I think Irene should have been more patient and kind of used her length. I think she should have used more controlled pressure where, she could back Rocky up with her size and, throw maybe ones and twos, good, hard, assertive ones and twos. But Rocky, she was actually reversing that. She was having a more easy time, just timing her with the right hand. She was landing some good, solid right hands, in single shots, but they were backing Irene up. Irene was throwing a lot of punches towards the end of the round. She was landing a lot of shots, but I think she was kind of telegraphing her movement a little too much, where Rocky could just kind of block a couple shots and then, like I said, break through with her own too. Towards the end of the round, it was a little more give and take. Irene started landing more right hands to the head and to the body, but they kind of exchanged kicks and some punches towards the end of the round. But I had to give that first round to Rocky. I think that she controlled the pace of it, which that's important. Controlling the pace and landing when you want to land, and making another fighter, throw when you want him to throw, if that makes sense. But yeah, I gave her the first round. Second round, Rocky, she started off, opened it up a little bit more with her strikes and ones and twos. Irene, she was able to block a few of the shots, but Irene, like I said, she started applying more controlled pressure, and she was able to crack Rocky with a good right hand, and was able to put her on her back to the fence and close that distance, which is where I felt Irene, should have been. That's where she kept the fight. But whenever she kind of let up, Rocky was able to use that experience to say, let me get out of this corner. And, she was able to counter with another right hand that kind of backed Irene up. And I'd say Irene kind of looked a little bit, not dazed, but it kind of got her attention. And Irene striking, she kind of turned hers up at that point. Like, she's one of those hard fighters. If you hit her, she's going to hit back. And that's what I think that's the kind of pace and rhythm that she wanted. It was kind of like that Pudilova fight where it's kind of back and forth, and she was trying to draw Rocky into that. But Rocky was being a little bit more experienced, landing what she wants, and then she steps out. And I think that was kind of frustrating Irene. But Irene, she was getting in, some of her own punches this time. And I have to give her credit. Her takedown defense was good, as Rocky, whenever she tried to close that distance and go in for a takedown, Irene put her back to the fence, and, takedown defense was very, very impressive. She was able to spread the legs and just kind of hold Rocky off and kind of hold off and, just kind of, land a few strikes in there and landed. And then when they got into the clinch in the center of the octagon, she landed a really good knee to Rocky's body. And again, Rocky tried for another takedown. Irene defended well against it, landed a few more strikes in the clinch. And as the round closed, I have to give that to Irene. And that's the kind of pace that she needed, man. Like, that was the kind of confidence builder that she needed in that second round, but she needed to take it in the third round as well, because in that third round, when she started applying that pressure, she was trying to outland Rocky, but Rocky was still landing the better, more economical, more smarter punches, and Rocky started, backing up a little bit, picking Aldana apart, she was able to cut her too as well. She started countering from the outside with that pullback right, and then in the clinch, Irene, she was doing all right, but when they got to that, she was kind of defending, like, she was defending good from the takedowns against Rocky whenever they were against the fence. But when they were in the center of the octagon, whenever Rocky went for the takedown, she had her balance, but Rocky just put that leg up on her and got the trip, got the takedown. And the takedown in the last few minutes of the round, it wasn't really a good action-packed exchange. You know, it was kind of an awkward position with Rocky on top, and she kind of had her like ass to Irene's back, to her face. You know, like she had her back to Irene, and she was kind of sitting on her torso, just kind of like scoring little punches, where Irene, she was on the bottom trying to get a leg lock. But it was kind of ugly position where neither fighter was really taking control. But if you had to give it to somebody, it was Rocky, because Rocky was on top, landing like little hammer fists behind her, trying to hit her, you know, reach back and hit Irene in the head, where I felt like the referee, he could have probably like broke it up just so they could restart and reset. But, you know, he saw there was some work getting done in there, and it was still a position that Rocky was able to capitalize on and get some work in to the end of the round. So I gave that round to Rocky, man. Like I said, it wasn't pretty, but, you know, even on the feet, Rocky was still taking it. But yeah, I'd have to say it was 2 rounds to 1. Rocky Pennington, she won the fight. Like I said, that wasn't my pick. I thought that Irene had enough to control somebody like Rocky at this point, but Rocky's experience kicked in, man. But it wasn't like Irene was completely dominated. It was kind of a learning experience for her. So just kind of she just kind of has to kind of go back and learn some things, you know, kind of use her height, use her length a little bit more. And as for Rocky, man, like, I don't know if this was just a fight where Irene was just off, and that kind of would give her false confidence to come back against somebody tough, because seeing Rocky getting there with somebody, Ketlin Vieira or Jermaine Durandame, that could be dangerous, you know, or even somebody like Sarge Eubank, that would be tough, man. But yeah, man, from here, man, it's really hard to say who either of these ladies could fight next. Let me know in the comment section who you think they should fight next, man. But yeah, overall, it was a good fight, good entertaining fight. Good experience over hunger sometimes. You know, experience can overcome hunger sometimes, man. But yeah, good fight overall, guys. Let me know in the comment section who you think they should fight next. Make sure you subscribe, and I'll be back with my thoughts on Pacquiao Thurman, Combo Breaker 99. I'm out. Peace.